Are you a male author who constantly writes obscure and unnecessary descriptions about female characters' breasts? If so, stop. But also, I'm probably about to make fun of you. And not just me, of course. Myself and a Reddit community of over 350,000 people, sitting around and poking fun at your laughable descriptions of the female anatomy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I go on Reddit a lot. It's a great place, lots of laughs. You can look at some great vegan memes, brag about how unique and quirky you are, and read some great stories about entitled Karens and Kyles. And no, Karen is not a slur. I made a video a while ago on the whole topic, and I got some comments from some genuine comments from people who were telling me that I'm a self-hating white person and that Karen is a slur. First of all, I don't hate myself because I'm white. I hate myself because I'm a trash human being. And second of all, I don't hate white women either. I hate entitled people who yell at employees for minor inconveniences. But anyways, Reddit is fun. And on Reddit, there's this place called r/men writing women. It's basically just male authors describing female characters in, quite frankly, creepy ways. Like devoting a detailed paragraph to explaining the shape of a random woman's boobs for no reason. Or simply having no idea, how women act or behave. Not that there's only one way women can act and behave, of course. Without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, may I just say that I love the picture for this subreddit. Honestly amazing. It fits it so perfectly. Whoever found that, thank you. You did us all a great service. The voice belonged to a plump, round-faced woman of the sort that develops a good personality because the alternative is suicide. Oh, I gotta head out. I got therapy. Oh, because you're suicidal. What? No, I just have a broken leg. I had to go to physical therapy. Oh, I thought you had to go to, therapy because you were suicidal because of how ugly you are. What? I'm not suicidal and I don't think I'm ugly. Really? I figure that's why you're so kind, because, since you're ugly, you have to develop a personality or else you gotta kill yourself. Goodbye now. Yes, because the only two good things a woman could be is kind or pretty. You gotta have one or the other. Can't possibly be both. A Man's Guide to Chicks of the United States. This is why r/not like other girls exists. Because of people who don't know how women act and behave and think, writing about women. So when other young girls look and they see stereotypes of women in the media, they think, oh, I'm not like that, so I must be different. I'm an intellectual. Other girls are just stupid and scandalous and whatnot. It's all because of men who don't know how to write women. I did always hate growing up, seeing movies and stuff like that, TV shows, and just media in general, how sexualized women were, how women were basically, they were either shy, quiet, nerdy, didn't get, had no friends, very quirky, or they were just brainless and, immodest and whatnot, how there were only two different types of a women portrayed in the media. I hated seeing women being portrayed as just sexual objects, basically. People are not objects. And even if someone does show their skin a little bit, they are not objectifying themselves. They're just wearing what they feel is comfortable. I'm looking at you, TikTok boys. Linda, his 14-year-old daughter, oh gosh, was just going out the door in a flirt of her skirt and a flip of her ponytail, tied this morning with a sexy velvet ribbon. Her books were under one arm. It's bad enough that you over-sexualize women all the time in books and media and stuff. But, you have to sexualize middle schoolers, too. I've never heard the phrase flirt of a skirt before in my life. And who on earth would describe their daughter wearing a sexy red ribbon? I'm assuming this guy doesn't have any daughters, but even if you didn't have kids, that's not how you describe your daughter. Unless Trump wrote this, I guess. This girl's probably wearing, a long, pleated skirt, a school uniform with a button-up shirt. And has a ponytail in with a kid's bow, and this is how he's portraying that. This is probably what that is. Doesn't really matter what women wear. People will find a way to make it sexual. The base is there, but the execution is rather lackluster. Her bosoms need to be more brimming. Let the chest be your canvas and the inspiration your brush. In fact, if you are healthy female of breeding age, maybe I could teach you the ways of art connoisseur over dinner. Have you ever had dinner with an artist? I bet not. So even though you haven't asked me yourself, I might as well tell you the gloomy details and get the whole thing over with. I'm 18 years old, I have dark hair, I'm a little over 6 feet tall, and I have green eyes, a car, and a country club membership. These are all desirable traits that fertile adults seek to propagate. Get back to me. Who the heck says healthy breeding age? That just sounds so gross. I'm sorry, the word breeding just sounds really gross to me for some reason. But also, I like how cocky he is. Have you ever had dinner with an artist? I bet not. I, a man, will teach you, a woman, what breasts are supposed to look like. I feel like he tried to sound like intriguing and fancy with his like dialogue, you know, the words he used, how he sounded like he was not from this generation. What kind of like senior in high school is this?
If her face fell just short of being beautiful, her body more than made up for it. At 15, Lucia had the body of a woman, with round, firm breasts, a narrow waist, and hips that moved with sensuous promise. "We're going to have to marry you off early," her father would tease her. "Soon you will drive the young men Pazzo, my little virgin." Ew. "I want to marry a man like you, Papa, but there was no one like you."
I really shouldn't have to say this, but fathers are not attracted to their daughters. Unless you are Donald Trump. Not only is it weird and gross to describe the breasts and hips of a 15-year-old girl, but the fact that he calls her my little virgin, like, what? Who on earth says that? That's such a creepy phrase, regardless of who you are, but the fact that he's her father, like, who wrote this? This is just some creepy 50-year-old man's incest fantasy or something. Gross!
So on this page, these girls are basically having a sleepover, and they're basically just like talking about their breasts and you know what they like and dislike about them, whether they're too big or whatnot. And this girl said, "No, I like your breasts. They're elegant and they gave off an intellectual impression."
Yeah, I agree with OP. How the heck can somebody's breasts give off an intellectual impression? Boobs are great, I get it, but y'all are giving them too much deep thought. I read that entire page and like, this is definitely just some lonely 40-year-old man's sleepover fantasy or something. Someone who has very limited contact with the opposite gender. I mean, I don't have a lot of friends, so I don't have a lot of sleepovers, but I've never been on a sleepover where we all just take out our breasts and start, you know, like comparing sizes and talking about them. And telling each other that their breasts have an intellectual impression. Like, seriously, what do you guys think the teenage girls do at sleepovers? Because this is not it.
Ladies, please consider the following. 1. Long, straight hair gives you that witchy look. 2. Facial studs and rings give you that ugly look. Not a ugly look, that ugly look specifically. 3. Tattoos give you that incarcerated prison look. 4. None of the above give you the attractive, ladylike look that men desire.
I mean, honestly, I'm personally not really attracted to, like, tattoos and piercings in general, but, like, the witchy look, all the way. Or some, like, dark academia, you know? Black hair and, like, a witchy vibe, that is great. And even though I'm not attracted to, like, piercings and tattoos, I wouldn't go up to somebody and say, like, "Hey, you could be pretty. Like, I think you could be really, really gorgeous. Like, you got a great face, and, your breasts give off a very intellectual impression. But it's just your piercings, you know? Like, if you didn't have those tattoos and piercings, you'd be pretty." Like, who the frick asked? That's right, nobody. No one cares what you think about the tattoos and piercings, Kyle. And don't come after the witchy look. Give me the crystals and the dark academia and the witchy vibes. Give it all to me, please.
In her innermost reality, the most fundamental, unbreakable core of her being, she is Anakin Skywalker's wife. Her life before Anakin belonged to someone else, some lesser being to be pitied. Her real life began...
Yes, because a woman's most valuable character trait is whom she's dating or married to. Oh, who's that girl? Tell me about her. Oh, that's Georgia's wife. Oh, I haven't met her yet. What's she like? Well, her name is Linda, I guess, if you need to know that. I don't know, she was like an Olympic ice skater once. She was the main character in a few blockbuster films. I think she wrote several books and, like, was a fashion designer for a little bit. But whatever, we just call her George's wife. That was in the past.
Caitlyn was one of those rare women. She was amazingly beautiful, yet completely without any idea how pretty she really was. She came in at just below average at 5'4" tall. Her thick, lustrous red curls flowed down her back to a slim line of her waist. To be honest, if she were a different person, she'd be a thick girl. Her constant on-the-go lifestyle ensured that she never gained much excess weight. What extra pounds she did carry were distributed in the best places. Her breasts were very large. At 38 EE, she was only a couple sizes away from having to get them custom made. Her waist was a trim 24 inches around, but her hips came in at a curvaceous 40 inches, most of that taken up by a tight, round bubble butt. Her thighs and calves were strong, toned, just a little thicker than Caitlyn probably would have preferred if she was able to reconstruct herself.
First of all, when he was describing how abnormally large her boobs are, I think he forgot to say bra, because it sounded like he was saying that her boobs were so big, like, that she was about to have to get them custom made. He never said bra in that sentence. Also, why does he know her exact measurements? This is how he pictures women. Oh right, yeah, she's gotta have like enormous boobs, you know, just like super big. But she can't be too chubby, like she can't have any excess weight, you know. Stretch marks, ew, she's gotta be perfectly toned. Her breasts are really big, but her waist is really tiny, and her hips are just enormous as well. Also, her butt is perfect. Also, her thighs should probably be a bit smaller, but, you know, gotta make sacrifices. But yeah, I think that'd be my ideal woman. This isn't a Pixar film. The average woman doesn't look like this.
Irritated by the delay, I was tempted to drive around the van. Behind me, a handsome Spanish woman sat in the wheel of an open-top Mercedes, remaking her lipstick over a strong mouth designed for any activity other than eating. Intrigued by her lazy sexual confidence, I smiled as she fingered her mascara and lightly brushed the undersides of her lashes like an indolent lover. Who was she? A nightclub cashier? A property tycoon's mistress? Or a local prostitute returning to the La Linea with a fresh stock of condoms and sex aids?
Or just hear me out. Maybe she's a woman sitting in a car redoing her makeup because it got messed up. Who describes someone with a strong mouth? Built for any activity other than eating. Because women don't need to eat. That's not what our mouths are for. And how is applying lipstick lazy sexual confidence? Her makeup just got messed up, so she's taking a minute to touch it up. I don't understand why this is so deep. Doesn't mean she's a prostitute. She's not some mysterious woman who's waiting for you to come out of wherever you're hiding and just walk up to her car window and ask her on a date or something. She's just redoing her makeup. Not that big of a deal. Oh my gosh, holy crap, dude. Look at her. Is she doing her makeup in the car? You know what that means. She's definitely a prostitute. Let's go.
No, Craig, I want a big, dumb, fake answer. Noelle rolls her eyes. I think her breasts roll in sync with them. Girls' breasts are so amazing.
How the heck do your breasts roll in sync with your eyes? Okay, I'll admit, I don't know a lot about the female anatomy either, and I am a woman myself. But regardless of your gender or your education on the human anatomy, you should know that your breasts and your eyes are not connected. I like how this girl is trying to have a conversation with him. Like, she's probably trying to have a serious conversation, being irritated with him, and he's just over here thinking about her boobs. So not only are old, lonely men giving, like, women negative stereotypes, they're also stereotyping men negatively. This is how they think men act. Like, no one acts like this. You're just a creep. So that is all we're going to be reacting to today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And for all of you writers out there, little tip, the only way to fully know a woman's character, a woman's true character and personality, is to describe her breasts. Only description that matters. As always, please comment down below what you guys want me to review next, and I will see you guys next time. Stay safe, y'all.